Hello, everybody. This is Casey. I'm here for spiritual talk tonight. We'll see if anybody shows up. I have been MIA because I ended up in the hospital with some severe problems and slowly getting better. Okay. But we're going to start with the spiritual talk tonight. And then we'll see how energy goes from there. I missed you guys too. I missed you guys a lot. Just haven't had a lot of energy. But we could do spiritual talk for now. How are you tonight, hon? How's all your complications doing? Can you hear me? Seems like it's taken forever tonight. Hi, Elle. How are you? Taken forever for everybody to come on tonight. I see 4 people and only 2 names. I'm getting a little better to time. Energy is kind of iffy right now, so I tried to do a reading the other day and just couldn't even tap in, so it's not time yet. Seems to be I need to recuperate, regroup, and work a little bit on me rather than giving everything down to everybody else for a little bit, okay? Working on getting better, though. Do you have anything you guys would like to talk about for spiritual talk tonight? I know, but I get impatient. I get bored. I just makes you realize how much of your life you made giving readings to everybody, you know? Hey, Donna, how are you? I've been down sick. It started back in March. Started out with a bladder infection that turned into kidney problems that threw me into the hospital with fluid in the lungs, heart failure, liver failure. I'm not liver failure, kidney failure. So just taking time to regroup and build myself back up. So how are you ladies doing? Can people who still didn't born be around here? Yeah. Hi, Talia. How are you? I've watched a few of your readings, hon. You're an awesome reader. No readings tonight. Just we'll do some spiritual talk. So you want to talk about self-care maybe? Okay, we can do that. Can people who still didn't be born be around here? Yeah, because people come in as soon as you leave the physical body, you're in spirit anyway, and spirit is infinite. Okay, you may have children that are going to come in sometimes hang around before they're before they're conceived. Okay, so with this Lion's Gate coming up, one of the things it talks about is taking time for you, taking time to reclaim parts of yourself. Yeah, yeah. So they're around in spirit before they're conceived and after they pass on too. The spirit is infinite. So, like I was starting to say, with Lionsgate, one of the things it's talking about is taking time to let go of negative energies. How did it put it? Where is it? It's time to face things, complete things, and heal things so you can move forward. Hey, Bulldog. So now's the time to let go of a lot of energies that's not working for you. I've had a lot of people all week that have been messaging me and asking questions because they are dealing with a lot of negative people. Now, the thing is, why are you buying into their negative energy? Why are you buying into their points of view? It's just a reflection of who they are. Hey, Gabrielle, how are you? Gabrielle, I'm sorry. I always do that. Oh, yeah, that happens, Donna. That happens a lot. So now's the time. Okay, let me give you a little tool that I used because I was carrying around so much of everybody else's stuff. I said, no more. I just brought in all this golden honey energy into my body, just filled my whole body, and then just expanded it out to clear out everybody's energy that was not mine. And it had all these little pieces, these little triangles, these squares, and everything floating out here in my energetic field. And I just told it, go home. And it all and that's something that I was just done that day with everybody's BS that was popping up, and I just said no more. I don't want to carry anybody else's stuff anymore. And it just, like I said, it was all scattered out here, and I just told it, go home, go home. Now I tried to do a video earlier and it wouldn't let me do it, but there's another healing technique that I could teach you guys. I'm going to make a separate video for this also. So what you do is you close your eyes and you scan your energy field. If you see anything floating around in your energy field, it's not your stuff. Okay. So you're going to try to turn it green. Okay. If you can turn it green, then you're going to turn it white. That neutralizes it. If it will not change colors, then you're going to, most of the time it's black. So you're going to create an opposite of it, the same size, same shape, but you're going to make it white. And then you're going to bounce them together and that'll neutralize the energy. And then you can expand out in your energy field and clear each layer. You can also do that with the physical body. Okay. You can go in and scan the whole energy field. Go in and scan the physical body. If you see anything unusual in the physical body, you can call in your healing team, your archangels. Yeah. Your archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, their healing teams to come in and neutralize whatever it is and then to take it out. Okay. Now, I had somebody, these people want to meet me Gosh, I never know what's going to happen. All I can do is pass on the information. It's up to you whether you use it or not. So I told somebody, hey, Casey, how are you? I told somebody one night because his sister and his brother in law were in a really bad car accident. They both had brain bleeds, okay, and they were in comas. Okay, then and I told him, go in and call in their healing team, call in the archangels, whatever. He has problems with archangels, with prayer, all kinds of things, okay? So I don't know exactly what he did, but he went in and was trying to do the healing work on them and stopped the brain bleeds in both of them. And the funny thing was, when his sister woke up an hour later, she says, I saw you. What were you doing? She says, you brought light into the darkness. And now I'm awake, you know. She goes, what happened, you know? So her and her husband want to meet me, and it's like, ugh, okay. All I did was teach him a technique. He's the one that went in and used it, and they were responsive to it. So, and it's interesting because these are some very firm, born again Christians that were very much aware that something was, and both of them were aware that something was going on. And it's like, I listen to these stories after I teach people these techniques, and it's just like, wow, wow. Yeah, well, all you need to do is neutralize it. Just make the polar opposite of it, Bulldog. You got a white piece here, it's in a triangle shape. You're going to make a white piece that's in a triangle shape, and you're going to bounce them together and neutralize it. Yeah, because he went off. He got off work at 12:30, went in and sat at the hospital next to her bed, and did this about 1 o'clock. Fell asleep on the bed, and she woke him up about an hour later. Yeah, these things work. These things work. Yes, yes. All we can do is give them the tools. The tools are there. It's whether they're open to receive it or not. And I told somebody this is going to be an interesting conversation because, like I said, these people are hardcore Christians, and for something like that to happen, I know they have a lot of questions, and I'm not organized religion. Hey Bree, how are you tonight? And then I've got people that all of a sudden, like I said, I got a gal today that was telling me that she's ugly, she's awful, she's not a good mother, she can't see anything good about herself. I told her, so use the bubble technique and go in and clear all those things that you don't like about yourself, so you can start seeing the good things in yourself. We need to clear out those points of view, those limiting beliefs before we can get down to who we are. Uh-huh. You know, I missed all you guys. I missed all of you. You guys are my family. Oh, they wanted to know what time I was going on. Okay. I've missed all of you. I've missed all of you. I'm just going through some healing. It's like I was told that I give so much of myself that I need to take time to give to myself a little bit. And you know, that's, you guys are my family. You guys are my family. I miss all of you. Everybody say some prayers for my mind went blank. I can't even think of her name. Bulldog, what's her name? She's got COVID. Daisy, yes. Our little Daisy has COVID. And I was trying to put a video up on doing the healing for it, and it wouldn't let me do it. Yes. It's crazy. Like I said, now's the time to take some time for you, reclaim parts of yourself, okay? And really look at the things that you don't like about yourself and clear them right now. Because we need to clear those points of view, those belief systems that are holding us back, so we could find out who we truly are. Because when we and everybody's buying into everybody else's point of view and they're reacting. All this anger is coming up, okay? Crazy anger. And then all this judgment. We start judging ourselves. Yeah. Well, Phoenix area, I think, is a little bit different. They send them home. I just haven't had the energy to do anything until now, So Tiffany, go in and start clearing. Use that technique to start working on the pain in your hip and seeing if you could at least work through the pain, okay? Questions, ladies? Talk to me. Just working on getting better, Priscilla. How are you, hun? I know I've been getting a lot of messages. It's just I just got hit all of a sudden and ended up in the hospital, so it's been kind of a crazy process trying to work through all this stuff. Right. But just remember, hon, you can start working on the pain at least now, so that you're comfortable before the surgery. And you know what? Don't limit what the universe can do. Does that make sense, hon? Hey, Tiffany. Yeah. Don't limit. And this is what I told somebody that didn't believe in any of this stuff. They don't believe in any alternative stuff. They don't believe in any kind of alternative healing. And I just told them, I said, don't limit what the universe can do. Because that's what we do. we have those little belief systems, those little points of view that stop the universe from giving us what we want. That's why it comes down to us in a watered down version. Yeah. I'm wondering what my daughter's going through. She just was walking down a trail and twisted her ankle and tore the ligaments that she had surgery on about 10 years ago. And everything happens for a reason. This is what gets me. If you read some of Edgar Cayce's stuff, there's usually a reason, some kind of karma that has to do with illnesses too. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll try having a knee replacement surgery. They get you up within a few hours to get up and walk around. Yeah, yeah. Well, that with all the complications you had with the hysterectomy, hun, I would go in and try clearing out some of the energy with that also. All you can do is try and see if it makes a difference, hun. I asked permission to go in and look at to scan my little dog's body, and she said no. She doesn't want me to know what's going on with her. But I do think she's starting to lose her hearing a little bit and maybe her eyesight. She's kind of funny. She won't go outside at night now unless I go with her and stand there at the top of the stairs. Yeah. Old habits, huh? Womb transplant. I hadn't heard of that. My daughter came down with some kind of liver problem and they had to deliver her baby a month early, and they said the chances of her having this every pregnancy is super, super high. And it's so funny because my son-in-law says, we're not having any more kids. I'm going to adopt another kid. I'm not going through this again. Now he's saying, well, maybe one more. When would you consider a crone? Yeah, I would. Yeah. Well, they call them crones because they're older and they have wisdom. It's not so much the menopause or the hysterectomy, it's just having the wisdom. Come on, ladies, help me out. Ask me some questions. But the crone is usually considered the wise woman, so. Okay, One of the ways that I do that is the bubble technique. And another way I do it is I write a letter to the universe, surrendering it into the universal hands. And then I have a little statue. Let me show you. Okay. I write letters to the universe and I put it in the universe's hands. Okay. This is something I picked up at Hobby Lobby. But to me, that symbolizes the universe's hands. So I write letters to the universe and I put it into the universe's hands. If that helps any. So, have you tried the bubble technique, hon? Have you tried throw in all those and try to manifestation box. So start clearing your beliefs around all those goals and see. Yeah. The bubble technique works for everything, hon. I have a gal that was resistant to using it and on her and I kept telling her and she finally did it. Now she's telling everybody on her page to do it. She's sharing the video I did. Because she goes, use the bubble technique. The thing is to clear the attachment, the belief systems around it. I am getting a little better every day, Divine Universe. Thank you for asking, hon. So you've done all the physical things, Gabrielle. So now try the energetic things and try the bubble technique, hon. Give up any disappointment, any beliefs, any expectations that you had around those goals so you can clear the energy for those goals to come in. You get Bulldog pulled it up already too. I use all kinds of techniques. You never know what's going to work for what because everything's so different. Like I said, you didn't get much from it. So start clearing. So everything that you believe, everything that you expect to have, everything that you expect to accomplish with your goals, throw them in there and clear them. Clear the belief systems that your goals are not going to manifest. Anxiety is hard to get rid of, hon. I got a granddaughter that no matter what I try to teach her, she just has some bad anxiety, but she won't try the who does it belong to technique. There's an underlying belief system that brings in an anxiety. Okay, so if you can find somebody that does access consciousness bars, okay, then they can help clear PTSD. But yeah, the belief systems, we might have a belief system, oh, this is never going to happen, or it's taking too long. Then when you put that energy on it, then it's going to take even longer. So if I can't pay attention to your negative self-talk. Pay attention to those belief systems and point of views. It's by the time we're 3, we have picked up, most of our world is based on other people's points of view about how things should be. Yeah, I had a reader today. I was listening to her and I posted a positive comment and she goes, "Wow, I'm amazed." Yes, subconscious. Yes. Yes. But we have to, yeah. Like I said, by the time we're 3, our world is based on our parents' points of view, our brothers, our sisters' points of view. So when we start clearing everybody else's points of view about how things should be, then it opens up possibilities for us. So, okay, so who does it belong to, Gabrielle? Does you put the energy out there for what you want, but are you attracting the energy? Are you attracting the energy from other people that want the same thing also? Sometimes you've got to clear all their energy in order to get to your energy. So ask yourself, how much of what I'm feeling, how much of what I'm overthinking is mine? What percentage of it is mine? Okay? Because a lot of times it's not over 25% for people. But because you're an empath, you're picking up everybody else's stuff too, and you're not only having to work through your stuff, you're working through everybody else's stuff too. Darlene, how are you? I missed you too, hon. Getting a little better every day. A little better every day. Probably won't do readings this week, but possibly next week. So, just reclaiming my energy. Working up to building stamina. Yes. But sometimes that subconscious, okay, because the brain is like a computer. You have all these little pathways and everything running through the brain that are our belief systems, things that we've learned. And when you learn the lessons, a lot of times it'll throw it into a recycle bin. Okay? And that recycle bin is the reason. It's like peeling layers of an onion in order to clear things. Okay? So what you need to do is clear that recycle bin, and the access consciousness bars, if you can get that done, that will clear a whole bunch of stuff at the same time. But the bubble technique, you can go in and clear one thing at a time. Thank you, Darlene. But just pay attention to the self-talk. Pay attention. Write it down. Keep track of things you're telling yourself. The bars, okay, there's 32 points on the head to correspond with different emotional aspects or different parts of the brain. And when you go in and do the bars, you hold your fingers on certain points and you can feel the energy. Oh my gosh, that is so phenomenal. And it starts releasing all this energy. I had a little girl I taught her how to do the bars, and then I laid her on the table. I said, now I'm going to do your bars. And I kept running into a spot that I felt like there was a blockage. And I'd move to the next one, and I'd go back, work on it a little bit. It was still blocked. So I'd go to the next one, and I'd go back. And when this girl had a release, it was like an explosion. I had 5 people on the couch that do not feel energy. Even my neighbor felt it. It was like an explosion of energy. These people on the couch felt it. My neighbor next door felt it. She had some kind of block. I have no idea what it was, but it was a major, major block, probably from past life. This girl was only like 10, 11 years old. She shouldn't have had a major block like that unless it was from past life. Mm-hmm. You can go in and watch videos on Access Consciousness bars. Daisy, how are you? We were just sending out prayers for you, honey. I have been down sick. I went into kidney failure and heart failure and fluid in my lungs, and it just kind of zapped everything. We've been worried about you, Daisy. How you feeling, hon? No readings today. We're just doing spiritual talk, hon. But we do want to know how you're doing. My energy is just not up to doing readings yet. Where are you at, Gabrielle? Where are you at, hon? Oh, you're in London. Girl, they have people that do access consciousness bars all over England. So you might want to look at accessconsciousness.com and look for a practitioner. I'm so sorry, Daisy. Yes. We're glad you're feeling better too. How's your daughter? She come home yet? At least you know where she's at. That's a huge, huge lightning too. We're just kind of asked. Yeah, we all miss you. I miss everybody. I talk to Bulldog a lot on the phone, so yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, hon. Is that the one you tried to run over with the car? Oh, girl, you're a feisty one. She's still gone? We've got another fly tonight, ladies. It went for the camera when I was trying to do a video earlier. Tinky, where are you? You okay? That's my doggy. Ah. So he's around. He's around. And I'm sure he's trying to let you know that he's there to be supportive for you. I signed up for OkCupid again. I just got a notification that somebody likes me. And then I go in and look at them, and it's just like, it just sucks the life out of me just to even look. So that's not the way for me to meet people. So he passed from the virus. From a blood infection. Wow. Wow. That is so sad. We do make choices when we come and go. My grandson was so freaked out because I ended up in the hospital and I told him I'm not ready to go yet. I'm not ready to go yet. It was just a setback. And then I had to sit down and look because it started with kidneys, and kidneys and bladder are anger. So I had to look at what kind of anger am I holding on to, you know? You need a haircut, ladies. Look at this. I got somebody that'll come over tomorrow and do my hair. Septus. Yeah, that's not good. Not good. That's not good at all. I told my daughter that I was going to get a tattoo, and she freaked. Not my mom. They've all got tattoos, so my youngest son, his first tattoo was my initials on the back of his leg. One of my grandsons has angel wings and roses all over his chest with his other grandmother's name. She was murdered, and this has caused so much trauma with him and his sister that they carry around a lot of anger and anxiety. In fact, I just sent both of them the bubble technique today. There's been a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people. By your ex-husband, huh? You girls are brave. You girls are brave. That's all I can say. Yeah. I don't think I'd get a tattoo anyway. I'm chicken. I'm too sensitive to everything. I'm sensitive to medications. I'm sensitive to perfumes. I'm sensitive to a lot of stuff. Oh, I know. Me too, Gabrielle. When I was a little girl, I had a doctor. His name was Dr. Blighty. He was an old German doctor, and I had ear infections about every 10 days. And back then, when I was little, all they had was penicillin shots. And I used to have to go in 3 times a week for those penicillin shots because they didn't last, like antibiotics do now. And I remember him telling me once when I was probably about 2, he goes, "Oh, no shot today." And then says, "Oh, look at, there's a twinkle in her eye." Yeah. No, it's not irrational. In fact, I just went in for blood tests, and I don't know why I freaking overreacted this time. It wasn't so bad in the hospital, but when I went in, I keep having to go in every 2 weeks for blood tests. It's like, yeah, it's like this last couple times they've done blood tests, I just freaked out. Freaked out. I have to take a deep breath and try to calm down. And so there's something in there it's triggering that I need to look at. She goes to sleep when she gets tattoos. Ugh. Exactly. So, Bulldog, you have ear infections. So, what are you not wanting to hear? So, ask yourself that. What do you not want to hear at this point? And if it's affected your throat, you're not wanting to hear things, you're not wanting to speak something also. Yeah. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I still haven't quite, well, yeah. I think, I think what popped up for me with this, with starting out with the kidney stuff, was anger at all the men in my life. It started with my dad, and I'm sure it's past lives too. Yeah. Mine keeps saying that he's coming back, and I'm listening to all these readers on online, and they're all saying, Libra, somebody's coming back to apologize, to offer you something uh, long term, stable. They want to come back in the right way. And the last three of them I've listened to, and they said within the next 3 weeks, and it's like, okay, it's got to be somebody new, because I don't think this other guy's gonna ever be open to having a relationship with anybody. Yeah. Yes, Bulldog has some new cards. You should have her do a reading for you. Yeah, yeah, getting stable love. That's all I've been hearing for 2 years, is somebody's coming in to give me stable love, and it's like, okay, I hear this every month for 2 years and nothing's happening. So there's some kind of belief system, or there's something that I need to clear. Yes, let her pull some cards for you. See, that's the same problem. I have the same problem, Gabrielle. When I try to do my own cards, I'm too close to the situation. It's 8 o'clock. Everybody's honking their horns, and I have the same problem, Gabrielle. Same problem. Is it wishful thinking, or you know? I even tried asking for permission to do cards for Casey Cisneros to see if that made a shift. And it does make a little bit of a difference. But then what are we doing to block it from happening? It's got to be belief systems and points of view. And I had a reading from a lady the other night on light worker light feeds, and she says there's something from past life that you need to clear. And she says, otherwise, any relationship you have come in is not going to work out. Okay, what are those initials for, Tiffany? Yes, it should be okay, Daisy. Just ask permission to talk to him. Oh, DLBJ, that was for Bulldog. Pendulums are awesome, but you've got to learn how to center yourself, because pendulums will respond to your emotions, to your expectations. So this is why I tried asking permission to do cards for Casey Cisneros, to see if I could get past my subconscious mind. I tried to center myself. If you can focus your energy about 2 inches behind your belly button, that kind of helps to center you. So your emotions do not influence the pendulum or the cards. Ask permission to talk to him. Ask permission for truth, clarity to come through. Yeah, so yeah, because when you're in a child, we used to do the pendulum to ask what somebody was going to have, and everyone, my nieces and I were talking about this the other day. Everyone that we ever did was accurate. Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. So I told my niece the other day, she's on kidney dialysis. They put her on all kinds of medicine, and because she had something pop up, and I told her, oh, she didn't have a stroke. What is that called? Bell palsy. One face of her side of her face dropped down, and she still has troubles talking and stuff, but the medicine was spacing her out, making her loopy. So I told her, this, you can do this for your medicines also. You can put your medicine in your hand. Okay, if you're right-handed, you're going to put it in your left hand, and then you're going to use the pendulum to ask if it's good for you or not. And you could do that with your foods. The King of Hearts, Eight of Cups. Yeah, Bulldog's just getting started on doing readings. Girl, I cannot. Oh, I have to be in a committed relationship. I can't just go out and my oldest son keeps telling me to go out and and just have sex. I can't do that. I can't do that. Does anybody else have any more spiritual things they want to talk about tonight? Yeah. Hey. All those little obstacles we pull in to distract us from doing what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah, we all do that. And then being women, we're taught to be the caretakers and taught to um we're the ones that are supposed to be the peacemakers and back down and be submissive because we need to take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves. It's just the opposite. We're supposed to take care of ourselves before we can take care of anybody else, because how are we going to take care of anybody else if we don't take care of ourselves? You know? Not me, Daisy. Not me, Daisy. Oh my gosh, girl. I probably forgot how to do it. Oh, I'm terrible. You guys are funny. I don't think any of us are. You might mess up and bark. Ooh. I show we have 8 people on here. Let's hear from the other people too. Even if we just have conversation. If you guys don't want to have spiritual talk, it's just sometimes we all just need to get together and talk anyway. Sometimes, yeah, I've got 3, maybe 4 people that are contributing to the conversation, and 4 that are probably listening, and you're welcome to be here, but it'd be nice if you contribute to the conversation also. Well, everybody, I'm sure they read that I'm not doing readings, and we're just doing spiritual talk. Because when who was it? It was Daisy and somebody else that was asking me if we could just start doing spiritual talk. Ah, Elle is eating. Yay! Are you eating anything good, Elle? Girl, I'm getting so I can't eat anything anymore. All I do is eat salads anymore. Sometimes us girls just need to get together and talk. When I wasn't in the hospital, I couldn't eat anything. They had beef. They had some chicken. They had a lot of beef. I couldn't eat anything with salt in it because they were trying to drain the water out of my lungs and around my heart and out of my kidneys. And can't eat nightshades. Can't eat gluten. Can't eat dairy. Have to eat limited meat. And it's like they were going crazy in the kitchen trying to figure out how to accommodate something for me to eat. Elle, did you get all settled in, hon? I have plants started here and I was thinking about you. Because you were saying you had to leave all your plant babies behind. So, really, ladies, do we want to go back to the same old energy, or do we want something new and different? And August is supposed to be a good month for all of us because it seems to be a month that's going to shift some of the energy. This whole year is going to be hard, but do we want to go back to the old energy? That's the thing. Or do we want something new and different and exciting? Do we want expansion and growth, or do we want to backslide? Choices and decisions. Yes, I'm setting boundaries too. My daughter, if you, Al, if you run into any houses for rent down there at a decent price, let me know because my daughter and son-in-law are looking for a place to rent down there. Oh, I know. Nobody likes boundaries. A house. They have dogs. They're tired of being in a little tiny apartment with two big dogs, so they're looking for a house. They're tired of being in an apartment. They're trying to get everything together. He's going to go into the military, and then she fell day before yesterday and twisted her ankle and probably tore the ligaments and broke the pin that is in her ankle. She's probably going to have surgery, so that's going to delay him going to basic camp because he's going to have to be here to take care of the baby while she can't get up and about. That baby's a trip. She's the happiest baby that I've ever seen. But yesterday she got so frustrated. She's only 8 months old and she puts her fist like this. And she was screaming bloody murder. And her dad's so funny. He goes, "Calm yourself, baby. Calm yourself." And I thought, my daughter's going to get a dose of what she gave me. Have you ever noticed that, you might have had a parent that was really, really, really hard on you, and you have a tendency to be more lax with your kids? Or your parents were really lax with you, and you remember all the things that you did when you were young, and you're a little more strict with them. Every generation seems to do it a little different. Seems to be a little bit of resistance in there. Bulldog is very intuitive. She's just found some cards that resonate with her. We got a couple new people that have joined. Would you like to contribute to the conversation, or at least say hi? I'm so tired of being home, ladies. I'm not so much okay. I'm better at listening to my intuition, but it seems like I've been asking some questions lately, and it's like they're leaving it up to me to make some choices and decisions. You know what, Daisy? I kind of get the impression that that one of the men that she's I think that your boyfriend is going to be around for a while. Okay, Gabrielle, sometimes okay, you don't have to meditate. You really don't have to meditate. But if you can take 10 minutes a day to center yourself, close your eyes and listen. Okay, it doesn't have to be meditation, but just closing your eyes, centering yourself. Like I said, focus your attention 2 inches behind your belly button and just breathe and listen. A lot of times, then you will get answers. Okay. Because it is possible to be in a walking state of meditation. I told somebody that one time, they said it's not possible, but it is. You don't you can ask a question first. Sometimes what I do is before I go to bed, I ask my spirit guides and my angels a question, and I ask to remember my to get the answers in my dreams and to remember my dreams. Sometimes you just gotta, I don't know how to explain it. It's just with me, sometimes it's I had to learn to trust things that just like when I do the cards, sometimes something comes through. When I first started out, I would second guess myself and not tell them something. And then I had a good example of it one day. I had a little gal that I knew was going through domestic violence, and I said, "Okay, I'm starting to just talk about whatever comes through." And it was interesting because the cards were telling her, what are you going to do? You need to make a choice and decision because you're being beaten down, beaten down, beaten down, beaten down. You got to make a choice. You got to make a decision. And I thought, what the hell am I saying? Do I want to be saying this? I know what she's going through. But she messaged me later and she told me thank you. She needed to hear that. You love my backdrop. Thank you, hun. Hey, crazy little chick. Welcome for being here. On Friday nights, we do spiritual talk. On Sundays, I usually do readings, but I just got out of the hospital and I'm not doing readings for probably, I don't know, probably I'm going to try not this week, but next week. Awesome. Awesome, Daisy. So if you would like to subscribe, you'll be notified. I'm going to try to start doing the love readings again this week. I was trying to use a new thing to pre-record them in case I ran out of energy. But I can't seem to get it to post on YouTube. Thank you, hon. Yeah. And see, there's what my full backdrop looks like. That's my totem. So Daisy, just pay attention. Something may pop up. This may be energy. Okay. So I talked to a lady the other day, and I told her I don't want to. Everybody keeps telling me this other guy's coming back. I don't believe he's coming back. I think this man is so hurt he will never ever have a relationship with anybody. And she says his energy is all around you. He's just all around you. She goes, what can I say? I keep picking up on this guy. And it's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I've given up. Oh. So it may be somebody that's in your energetic field and hasn't talked to you yet. And that's one of the things, Daisy, when people talk stuff about you, that's a reflection of who they are. They're making judgments, they're putting out their points of view about how they perceive things. And it was funny because my daughter told me yesterday, what's the name of this book? Let me find it. This guy started it in 1909 and finished and published it in 1929. But he said he wrote this book because his wife told him that there are 1,000 people out there and they will all have a different point of view about who you are. It's called 1,000 points of view. Let me find it. I ordered the Kindle version and she wanted the hardback version. Let's see. Come on, people, where is it? It's under digital orders. What's it called? It's not going to let me find it on my phone. Oh, here it is. No one in 100,000. It's by Luigi Pirandello. But it talks about people's points of view and how other people see you and stuff. So I'm going to try to sit down and read that this week. You were born on St. Patrick's Day? Yeah. My birthday's coming up in September, and usually when your birthday pops up, that's actually your new year. That's when your energetic lessons reset, because every year you learn different lessons, but it usually starts about a month before your birthday. So it'll be interesting to see what pops up for me during August, because my birthday is in September. And you usually start going through the lessons about a month um, before your birthday. Okay, so this is what I've been using to build my immune system. Okay, if you look up black cumin seed, the Bible even talks about it as it cures everything but death. But it definitely boosts your immune system. If you have any lung problems, it seems to open up your lungs and clear out things. That's just what I use. Yes. Yeah, Tiffany Tiffany listens to what I say. Daisy, we're all feeling like that. Girl, I'm high risk. I've got heart problems, I have asthma, and then this stuff popped up with the kidneys, and it's like I don't go anywhere. I go to the store and I come home. That's all I do. I am so, and I'm normally a hermit, but this is getting to me too. And I told somebody I'm stuck. I feel like I'm stuck. Okay, now I can see that, Bulldog, because if she's had a boyfriend die, that's going to make her reevaluate a lot of her life anyway. Somebody close to her. That's going to create some huge changes and choices and decisions. You okay, little girl? Huh? Tiffany, is the black cumin seed helping your COPD, hon? Oh my goodness. Okay, so if he's telling you no, if he's still real jealous, girl, he hasn't crossed over yet. You might want to ask the seraphim angels and his spirit guides and his personal angels to come and take him across the bridge. I had to do that for my sister. Yeah, it seems to open up your lungs, Tiffany. Hi, hon. How are you doing? Ready? I am getting a little better every day. I probably won't do readings this Sunday, but maybe next Sunday. So, so clear that in the bubble. Clear that in the bubble. That's a reflection of your mom. Does your mom do that? Does your mom tell people she's sick when she's not? It's getting better, hon. I still have some problems with breathing and my I can't walk very far without huffing and puffing. So I've missed all of you. It's just I think I need to work on the elliptical a little bit to see if I can build up my stamina a little. And they have me on. They've changed some medications around because they think that's what triggered it. So it's definitely been interesting. Made me reevaluate a few things and decide, yeah, maybe I do want to be here. So, yeah, we're always talking about choices and decisions, Daisy. Sometimes you've got to work on what's best for you because you have you and your daughter to consider, and doing what everybody else tells you that you need to do or how it should be done isn't necessarily the best thing. You've got to do what's best for you first because you can't take care of your daughter until you take care of yourself first. You've got to put yourself first sometimes because when you get on the airlines, they tell you if the oxygen masks drop down, make sure you put yours on first before you help anybody else. Because if you can't help somebody else if you're passing out. I don't even want to pull out cards. I don't. That'll zap my energy faster than anything. It's funny because if I try to do a reading for anybody, I feel it right here. It's just like it just drains all my energy right now. So I think I'm just being told to take it slow and easy. I get tired easy. Riddy, how have you been? And thank you everybody for all the messages that you guys have sent me. It's good to talk to you, Tiffany. Thank you for being here tonight. Does anybody else have any spiritual questions tonight? While Bulldog's giving readings? I think that August is a major shift for all of us. Like I said, it's time to um, it's time to face things, complete things, heal things, so you can move forward. Okay. Gabrielle, I just kind of just put I don't know. I just have to have faith and trust. When I start second guessing myself, I just put it back in the universe's hands and I try to clear all that negative self talk that comes up because the negative self talk is what keeps us from manifesting what we want. Because you can't ask the universe for something and then say no, it's not going to happen, or I'm not worthy of it, or I don't have the money for it, or that negative self-talk is what blocks anything. Okay. But sometimes we just need to put it in the universe's hands and surrender it in order for the universe to manifest things. Now, because see, here we are, we're asking for something specific. So maybe you need to ask some questions around it that are open-ended questions. You're asking for this, so ask the universe what else is possible, because you have all these possibilities that are out here, but you've locked the universe into this. So ask the universe what else is possible around this around my goals. What do I need to see in order to manifest my goals? I have troubles too, girl, but like I said, listen to your negative self-talk. What are you thinking when you're thinking about this, when you're overthinking it? What are you thinking? Write down the things that you're thinking and clear them. Okay? And one of the things that you might want to clear is I can't surrender this to the universe. I don't trust in the universe to manifest what I want. And this is what I told my kids growing up. The universe loves you so much, it will give you whatever you ask for. But we've got those points of view and belief systems that block things, and the universe is not going to hand it to you on a silver platter. You've got to work for it also, okay? But at the same time, you've got to clear all those points of view and everything that keep you from having it. So start asking the universe open-ended questions about things. What else is possible? What do I need to see about this situation? What do I need to do to manifest this? What is the best way to go? How can it be better than this? What am I not willing to be or see? What can I do to receive my goals and my dreams? Hey, Casey, I'm getting a little better. A little better. Not quite up to doing readings yet, but getting there. I'm gonna try to get into readings, not this weekend, but next weekend. This really zapped the heck out of me. Thank you, hon. I appreciate any healing vibes you can send me and prayers. So, how have you been, Casey? I've missed all of you guys and ladies. I miss talking to you all. That's why we're doing spiritual talk tonight. Yeah, this kind of shook me for a loop. My grandson's so freaked out he's going to take me on a camping trip at the end of the month. Grandma, you can't die. I said, I'm not ready to go yet. You won an award? Girl, you work hard though. Okay? You deserve that award. And I'm sure that I'm sure that you see things in a different point of view that a lot of people at work do, and and you shift the energy on a lot of things and get a lot of things manifested and done. That's one thing I haven't done. I did with all the kidney stuff. That was awful. I went up to, I gained 20 pounds and overnight, and the doctor goes, "You're drinking too much water." And I said, no, I didn't drink a lot of water yesterday. He goes, "You're drinking 20 pounds of water." No, I didn't drink 20 pounds of water. It's just inflammation and swelling. And it's like, now I have to take pills for a couple months to see if we can get everything to calm down. So clothing. If you guys can get into Tai Chi, that is awesome. And Gabrielle, Tai Chi is a form of meditation also, because you have to be very present when you're doing Tai Chi. And you can get a lot of messages in when you're doing Tai Chi. Because you have to be in the present, you have to still your mind, you have to focus on what you're doing, because it's very, very slow, gentle, graceful movements. Qigong is good. Qigong is very, very healing. Yeah. Qigong is more for the healing. Tai Chi is very good for cardiovascular, but it's not like the cardiovascular they tell you do. You have to get out there and you have to do this and that. You have to get your heart rate up. No. With Tai Chi, very slow movements. It strengthens the whole body. It strengthens the cardiovascular system. Yeah. But yeah, Qigong is good. I'm excited for you, Casey, because you work hard and you put, I know you put a lot out at work. You seem to be the what first word that came up was the regulator, but I think you're a lot of peacekeeper. Yes, we're all interested in what's the closed diet. You know what else is fun, ladies? You wanna really get in shape. You wanna balance out all the chakras. Okay, do belly dancing. That was developed for women by women. It balances the chakras. It makes you happy. Entrepreneur code. See, girl, you bring people together and you come up with ideas like when you were talking about, people not liking this vendor and that vendor, and you were going to recommend another one. You saw another possibility there. You're seeing possibilities that other people can't see. So where do we find Chloe Ting at, hon? Is there a specific place to find her? I got my oldest daughter started on belly dancing. Oh my gosh. She absolutely loves it. But yeah, belly dancing opens up all the chakras, balances the chakras. It's awesome stuff. And that's what instead of the elliptical, I should start back on the Tai Chi. Like I said, it's very slow, gentle movements, and it works out the whole body, the cardiovascular system, everything. Because I don't know how much of getting really tired is heart related now. Yeah, pole dancing's good if you're feeling good. Clothing. My problem with diets is I can't eat so much stuff anyway that they don't know what to do with me. Basically, I can just eat fruits and vegetables. Very, very little meat. Chicken and beans always? Oh, Ted Ferris. See, I can't eat a lot of chicken. And yes, August is going to be a great month for everybody. You watch. We're already. I have something on my phone called the pattern. Taddy told me about it. Let's see, because back in January they posted. Oh, where is it? The pattern. This is what it said back in January. Where is it? Unprecedented times. For the whole year, a rare and challenging energy has been escalating over the past few months, and right now it's reaching one of its climaxes. This was early. Yeah, in January. On January 11th, we sent a world update that addressed the cycle. Time has now progressed and related events have unfolded. This time is highlighting a sense of discord in the world that has been building over the past 5 years. This level of tension hasn't appeared for nearly 700 years, and there will likely be other peaks over the remainder of the year. Irrational or uncontrollable events may occur, and they could leave you or the people around you feeling powerless. Right now, it may seem like the rules no longer apply and things aren't working the way they're supposed to. This time can feel difficult or even scary. You may feel like you can no longer rely on certain structures and authorities the way you used to. This underlying energy is unprecedented in our time, and it may create upheaval and change established norms. This is a time where transformation can occur. Although it's understandable that many people will want to hold on to what they feel has worked in the past, however, try to see this as a good time to release your attachment to old ways and routines of doing things. Take this chance to reflect, let go, and create space for something new to emerge. Although it can feel like the rug is being pulled out from underneath you, you're being asked to surrender what's no longer beneficial. We've talked about that. This could include your personal ideas of how the world should operate, points of view, limiting belief systems, society belief systems, or it could concern larger issues. This might be an intense time, but it may be emphasizing ways of living that are no longer sustainable. This includes situations where priorities are contradicting the natural order of things. While the next year may be challenging, it's also an opportunity to connect with and support others by finding ways to get through this together. That's what we're doing here. It's a good moment to practice being patient and kind and learning to communicate more openly and honestly. During this time, you might ask yourself, am I trying to hold on to routines, rules, or practices that have outlived their time? Aren't we all? Where in my life and in the world can I actively let go and open myself up to new and more promising possibilities? In which areas of my life do I feel hopeless and helpless that anything will change? And what small steps can I take toward improving things? Where in my life am I motivated by feeling negative about myself or others? And can I make an effort to change this mindset? This moment is a tipping point where you can identify what needs to radically change in yourself and possibly the world around you. Ideally, you can define responsibility now as the ability to respond in ways that are meaningful, positive, and helpful. This time marks one of the peaks of this energy, but its effects will likely be felt throughout the year. Although this may be a difficult period, revel in whatever chances you get to be supportive, thoughtful, and flexible. Open up to the transformation that's possible now. And that was in January, and that's for the whole year. Yes. Gabrielle, you're going to have to let us know if you do reconcile. That's cool. That's cool that she's able to tap into everything that's going on for everybody. I have one freaking fly in here. From what I was looking at some of the astrology stuff, this fall the virus may get better for a while, but then it's going to pop up again in the probably February again next year. Hey, RM2. I'm good, hon. I'm regaining my energy a little bit every day, trying to get the medicines regulated. Yeah. We're just basically talking tonight. How was work today, hon? RM2 has turned into quite the artist, everybody. Yeah. Can you hear the flies getting eaten up and the bug zapper in the background? Three meetings plus. I'm glad I don't work anymore. I'm glad I don't work anymore. Of course, back then I was very shy and introverted now, and look at me now. Yes, I was trying to do a video earlier on a healing technique and put it up, and the flies kept landing on the camera. Yes. You should post some of your pictures up on. Ask Sarah what her art. I forget what the name of her art. She has a Facebook for art. You might want to ask Sarah what her, so you could post some of your art up there. I need, and I'm starting to feel like I feel good enough that maybe I could start working on the rest of these astrology pictures for the readings. Yeah. Yeah, you have to ask her what the name of it is, though. I know it's been an interesting week because some of the girls in the group are really going through a lot of stuff this week. Lots of deep emotional stuff coming up. And that's what this 8-8 Lionsgate is doing, is bringing up stuff to be cleansed and cleared and healed and moved forward. It's time. It's time. And if anybody's looking for the stimulus anytime soon, I keep thinking October. The end of September, October. So please vote this year. And I'm not saying Democrat or Republic. We just need to get rid of everybody that's a professional politician at this point in time. They're not doing any of us any good. How can the ganache bleed through? Because the ganache is just like acrylic. Did you water it down? I was trying to think. The last picture I did was, so we're talking art. The last picture I did was I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I need to finish this ocean one, but it's so big. And look. Where is it? I don't even know where they are. Oh, I'm not going to drop anything on you, I promise, Tinkerbell. I don't even know where my pictures are. I did the Taurus picture and I started an Aquarius one, but I have a hard time with faces. That's weird because the ganache should not be watered down. It should be the same thickness as the acrylic. I don't even know where my paintings are. That's weird. Huh. Oh. That's why they fell on the floor. One of them, anyway. No wonder my dog runs every time something falls. Okay. That's the Taurus. I'm trying to do this one for Aquarius, but I'm not doing too good with the face. I had thought about doing this one for Virgo, but I'm not happy with it. So I don't know. I got to play around with them. I need to finish the one that I started that's a great big huge ocean one. Thank you, hon. The isolation is water-based? I don't know. What else is everybody else doing during this isolation? She's talking about isolation. Isolation. I can't even talk anymore. I hope because RM2 is one of the people I said, if you're going to be stuck at home, do something that you've always wanted to do. Always. Ganache should be the same thickness as acrylic. I don't know why it's doing that, hon. Because I have no problems with. Did you let it dry real good before you put the isolation on it? Some people do listen to me. RM2 said, "Oh, I want to do paintings," and she's been doing paintings ever since. Because I tried to encourage everybody to do something on your bucket list that you've always wanted to do. You were going to be home, so why couldn't you do it, you know? Yeah. They've been trying, I don't know. I've never had troubles with ganache. Never had problems with ganache. So I keep telling everybody that if you would like to do The Dark Side of the Light Chasers, if you get the book, we will do a class on that. We could do that on Wednesday nights. Okay. I think that's an important book for everybody, especially now, is going in and facing our dark side, the things that we don't like about ourselves. They're all there to teach us. They're all there for a reason. We just need to communicate with it and find out why and what it's trying to teach us. Because yeah. Bulldog's on top of it. So if everybody orders that book, we can start doing a metaphysical book club with whatever books you guys want to do. But I think that one is so important, especially with everybody's going on. Yes, keep in touch. Well, at least for the next week, I know that we'll be doing classes, doing talks on Friday night. I think it's important. I think we all need support. We all need to see, just like the recommendations for Chloe Ting and Ted Ferris. And we were talking about Tai Chi and belly dancing and pole dancing. You have a good night, Gabrielle. Thank you for being here, hon. Love and light to you too, hon. Namaste. I think we're all to the point to where we want to go to bed. Lobster! I had fish tacos, some Baja fish tacos for lunch. You fry up your fish, and then you have like a coleslaw with lemon and cilantro in it, and then I can't have salsa, so I threw a avocado in the blender with some lemon juice and and garlic for a salsa. Warmed up some corn tortillas and had Baja fish tacos for lunch. If anybody else has got any good recipes, let us know. Bored and tired of cooking the same things over and over again? Not going anywhere, not going out. Yeah. And I think we're all ready for bed. Anybody else got any questions? Anything they want to talk about tonight? You could always message me and let me know if there's some topics that you want to talk about that we can talk, that, even if I have to do some research or something, we can bring it all together. Yes. You're very welcome to come down and visit me with the next stimulus check. Oh no. Yeah, RM2 is trying to stay on gluten free because she notices that it affects her. You know, sometimes we just need, it's called networking. Okay, good night, Bulldog. Thank you for doing readings for some of the people, hon. Yes. Okay, does anybody else have anything they want to talk about tonight? Like I said, I'm trying to get a class together on Wednesday nights for the Dark Side of the Light Chasers, and then after that book we can do whatever book you guys vote on or would like to learn about. We'll just do a metaphysical book club. It doesn't all have to be about readings. You know, we learn by exploring things and learn, you know, and reading or listening. A lot of the books you can get now, you can get on audio. Like I know you can buy the Dark Side of the Light Chasers on audio on hayhouse.com. And they have, if you sign up for their newsletter, they have sales all the time. They have a lot of their cards on sale a lot too. So, especially at the end of the year for clearing out inventory, they give you some pretty good sales. And they send you some interesting stuff. And there are some, if you go in and look, there are some, they do have a lot of free content to listen to also. Okay, if nobody else has any questions or anything, maybe we'll sign off for tonight. I think like I said, if I have one more week, I think I will have enough energy to start doing readings again on Sundays. I probably will be limiting the free readings to about 10 and probably about 10 paid readings also. So instead of being on for 4 hours, because I think at this point that's kind of zapping my energy a little bit more than I need right now. Okay. Nobody has any questions? Nobody wants, oh, that's okay. Daisy, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about tonight, hon? I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm sorry you have been going through so much, hon. It's just like everything's just, yeah. So, things we talked about tonight: Clo Ting, Ted Ferris, belly dancing, Tai Chi. Yeah, we do have to cleanse the pendulum. And I always ask for the archangels to come in and clear and cleanse the cards, the pendulum, and reprogram them for love, light, truth, clarity, and healing. And then I try to stay centered because our emotions can affect the pendulum. There's so many ways we can affect ourselves. RM2, when you tell me tomorrow that you don't feel good, I'm going to remind you. So, what else are you ladies been up to? How much spiritual growth have you gone through the last 5 months? So, yeah, it's not so much not think of nothing, okay? It's more like center yourself so that you do not influence the pendulum. And the way I was taught with the Chinese medicine, even to center yourself, you put your energy about 2 inches behind, focus your energy about 2 inches behind your belly button. And that's interesting how that works, because you could do a Tai Chi party trick if you focus your intent behind that in that spot behind the belly button, and you do your Tai Chi stance or your martial arts stance. They shouldn't be able to knock you over. Now, if you put your intent up here, people can just push you with the finger and knock you over. But if you put your focus in the ground, nobody should be able to move you. Okay, so one of the things I was talking about earlier is if you learn belly dance was made for women by women, and it opens up all your chakras. And it's a fun way to do it. And it's a fun way to exercise also. You could ask if your chakras are blocked. Let me, yeah, just hold the pendulum and okay, ask ask what's open, and then hold it in front of each one of the chakras and see if it gives you the open or the closed. When I learned how to do therapeutic touch, one of the things they do is they teach you how to open up your energy field and work on the chakras to get them into balance. Hey, belly dance is fun, and it seems to bring joy. Like I said, it was developed for women by women, and it was not developed for men. But when I belly dance, I feel a lot of joy. Everything is just balanced. It's cool. Shakira, yeah. Let me get my pendulum. Let me get my pendulum. Okay. I got this cool amethyst one. Okay. So after you clear and cleanse it, okay, ask what are open chakras. Let's see, it knows. So when it circles to the right, for me, that's open chakras. So you're going to hold it in front of each chakra. Well, actually, uh-oh, my crown's closed right now. Maybe that's why I'm not hearing anything when I try to do readings. Third eye's open. Heart. Solar plexus. Ooh, solar plexus is blocked. Second chakra. First chakra. So solar plexus and crown is blocked. Maybe that's why I'm not hearing readings. I think that they're just trying to tell me right now that I need to spend some time on me, though. Yeah. So I'm going to be working on me tonight. And Daisy, I was talking earlier about this other healing technique. Okay, if you ask what are open chakras. Okay, mine circles to the right. When my chakras are blocked, like when I did up here, it circled to the left. So that's telling me it's blocked. And when I got to solar plexus, it circled to the left also. So that's telling me it's blocked. But did you ask the pendulum what is open and what is closed? Yeah, that's normally what mine is, but when it comes to checking the chakras, it goes in circles. Probably because the chakras spin in circles. Because if I ask a question, yes is this way and no is side to side also. But when it comes to the chakras, for some reason it spins. Now that doesn't happen for everybody, but that's what happens for me. And chakras are supposed to spin anyway. So I think it's just picking up the energy. See? Yeah. You didn't what, hon? Okay. Well, that was just, see, that's why I ask you to ask your pendulum what is yes to it, because it'll be different for different people. See, open chakras to me is to the right, and closed chakras are what? Closed chakras are to the left. I like this pendulum because it's very, very quick to respond. Hi, Maria. We're doing good. On Friday nights, we do spiritual talks, and on Sunday nights, we usually do readings, but I've been down sick, so I haven't been doing the readings. So if you subscribe, then you will be notified when I do readings. And I'm going to try to get the love readings up this week. Okay. So I'm not doing readings tonight, Maria. It'll probably be another week before I do readings. because we were doing so many readings that we weren't getting the time to do spiritual talks. So now we're doing spiritual talks separate. Okay. Is there any questions you would like to ask about spirituality? We're also going to try to start having a metaphysical book club. Yeah, right now we're talking about pendulums. Which is a form of dowsing. Now, it was interesting because I taught my son how to use dowsing rods. He was probably 11 at the time. That's okay, Daisy. Yeah, Maria. Yeah, you're welcome anytime, hun. So when I taught my son how to use the dowsing rods, he decided that he was going to douse the whole house for a Reese's peanut butter cup. He actually found one. I don't remember where he found one, but he found one. And I taught one of my nephews how to use the dowsing rods. His brothers and sisters couldn't use them, but they were very responsive for him. So he had his brothers and sisters hide his phone all over the house, and then he doused the whole house to find his phone. And when I first used them, okay, let's talk about ley lines. Ley lines are energy field lines that run through the earth, okay? If you have certain kind of ley lines that run under your house, they can make you sick. Okay, so you can put copper rods in you put long copper rods in the four corners, and then halfway between each side you put the shorter copper rods. So what this does is it blocks off the ley lines. Well, when we did that, all of a sudden I had a little girl that started appearing in my bedroom with short bobbed hair and an old-fashioned white nightgown. So I told my friend, and of course the lady that taught me the dowsing, her name was Valerie, and she was an LDS, she was Mormon, and she didn't get real woo-woo. So I called my friend Janet that taught her, and I told her what was going on. She goes, well, I said, when Valerie taught me how to do the dowsing rods, I hit a spot where the dowsing, walking across the house, I hit a spot where the dowsing rods just went picking up all kinds of energy. So I told Janet, and she goes, oh, I'll bet you anything you got a vortex. Okay, so sure enough, she came over and she checked, and there was a vortex in the house, and there was things coming in and out of the vortex. So she had to call in all the archangels to retrieve everything that had come out of the vortex, put it back into the vortex, and then close the vortex. Okay, the copper rods, I'll have to look up the dimensions for those. Gosh, I think they're like 13 and a half inches. If you get copper 13-32 copper rods, you cut them, I think it's 13 and a half inches and 11 inches. But like I said, be aware that if you close, I'll have to look up the measurements or message Janet again. I know I put it in my computer. But just be aware that you need to clear whatever's stuck within those copper rods also, because it will keep things stuck. People and things. So, But you can have ley lines under the house. You can have water running a certain way under the underground water that are run under the house. These are things that can make you sick. And also there's a way to go in and check your electrical also, because your electrical can make you sick. And you could put some filters on your electrical that will bring it down to a certain level so it doesn't affect your health also. Or, and living close to electrical towers is not good for you also. I know. So that was an interesting experience for me because I seem to pick houses. Apparently I was raised in a house that had a vortex on it. And I'm sure growing up I saw a lot of things. Because after my mom died, my dad be gone, and I used to hear things in the house all the time. And then I bought a house that was on a vortex. I had things coming in and out of the house like you wouldn't believe. Shadows and fairies and all kinds of stuff. My kids were seeing all kinds of things. If I'd known back then, then I could have put the copper rods in and cleared all the energy and closed the vortex also. If you go down to Sedona, they talk about the vortexes. There's negative vortexes and there's positive vortexes. If you've ever heard of Walker Ranch in Utah, that has a lot of negative vortexes on it, and it brings in all kinds of strange things. In fact, that's kind of scary. Walker Ranch. I wouldn't go there if you paid me. They have giant-sized wolves that appear. They have orbs that knock out lights. They can't put cameras up. They knock out the cameras. The Native Americans say the land is haunted. Talking about Native Americans, you know how they talk about smudging, using sage to clear the house. They've now scientifically proven that smudging your house also clears viruses. Oh my gosh. Okay, to cleanse your chakras, all I need to do is meditate, right? Okay, you can go, okay, this is what, I was doing this healing technique earlier. So, and I was doing this video because I was going to send it to you because we hadn't heard from you. I didn't know how you were doing. So you're going to close your eyes and you're going to scan your energy field around your body. Okay? If you've got anything floating in your energy field, you're going to try to turn it green, and then you're going to turn it white, and that should neutralize it. If it will not turn green, then you're going to make an opposite one of it in white, same size, same shape, and you're going to bounce them together. That'll help clear your energy field. You can also go in and look at your chakras and see which way they're spinning. You can go in and energetically work on clearing them and getting them to spin the correct way. Okay? The thing is, now make sure that when you scan your body also, don't just scan the energy field. You can expand out and work on each level, okay? and clear everything. But when you go in and look at the physical body, if you see anything that's unusual, I usually call in the archangels, the healing angels, your healing team. Have them neutralize whatever's in the body and take it out. Now you can like I said, you can go in and you can work on your own chakras. You can ask what's blocking them. Okay. You can work on pulling out the negative energy. Okay. And seeing it dissipate or transform into, send it through the violet flame and transform it into something healing and send it into the earth. Okay. What do you need to get to Sedona? Sedona's just north of you, isn't it? But just, you can, like I said, you can go in and scan your body. You can scan your auric field. You can expand out and clear all kinds of things, because it seems like when illnesses come in, they're an imbalance of some type, and they come in through several layers of energetic fields before it gets to the physical body. Sometimes you can clear an illness before it comes. But I usually ask what's causing it so I can clear emotionally or mentally or whatever. I have to redo the video, hon. I did it earlier and I tried to post it and it wouldn't let me post it. So I don't know what. So I'm going to have to go in and just do it live on here. So, and I will probably do that tomorrow or Sunday. But basically, you just close your eyes and just look. Okay? Just look. Just picture your body laying there, and you could go in, and like I said, if the chakras are out of balance, you can go in and clear, run your hands like this over the chakra until it starts spinning in the direction that it needs. But you can also go in and pull anything in there that's blocking the chakra out also. Yes. Scan, don't just do the house, do your whole body, okay? I know they sell little bottles of sage spray, which is basically sage in some water and just spraying it, to clear and cleanse energy also. I tell you, I had to, just before I went in the hospital, I burned sage for probably 2 hours just to clear the energy out in the whole house. Because it was just so heavy. So heavy. And I have black tourmaline at the front door to keep negative people from coming in. Interesting how that works. Some of my daughter's friends won't, when she comes over to visit, if she invites her friends over, some of them won't come into the house. I find that kind of interesting. Yeah, Sedona, yeah. When I came back in October, I went through Sedona and I just couldn't believe how much it had grown since the last time I've been there. There wasn't no way to get out and walk just a few feet to see things because it had grown so much. But I could never figure out when I went to Sedona all those years ago, my friend kept talking about all the energy, and I wasn't picking up on the energy. It's because I had been raised in houses that had vortexes. It wasn't anything unusual, anything different for me. Yeah. Now, Chaco Canyon was interesting. Oh my gosh. So we went, gosh, how old were the kids? Probably about 40 years ago, we went to Chaco Canyon, and that's in New Mexico. And when we were driving through, okay, so we got out, we're looking at the ruins. It's like Mesa Verde, but it was not developed and commercialized. I'm sure they've added a museum and all kinds of stuff out there now. But people could walk out and walk through all the pueblos and things, and they were pretty good sized pueblos. I told my son, I said, oh my gosh, I can see, you know how you look ahead of you when you're driving down the highway? When you're driving down the highway and you see the heat rising on the road and you see those waves, I could see like people running across the top of the canyonways and between the little villages, but it looked like that heat, but it was in the shape of bodies, and they were running across the to the next little village. And I said, oh my gosh. And my son goes, I see him too, Mom. I see him too. So when we were leaving, they were running next to the car. There's something about sage that keeps them out and clears them out. Okay. The ancients talked about clearing negativity, clearing demons. It clears spirits to the black trampoline. Yeah. And it clears negative spirits, and it also clears viruses out of the air. So every time you sage your house, you're also clearing viruses. Now, if you use essential oils, pine and balsam oil are also good for clearing out viruses. Yeah. And sage seems to be the strongest. I know they use sage and cedar and sweetgrass, but each one is different. Each one clears something different. Hun, if you ever get invited to a sweat lodge, go for it. I think that would be real good for you. That would be an experience for you. Yeah, you get used to the energy. Yeah. And it's funny because my son freaked out because he's got a brand new house. His little boy, about a year ago, started telling him, why is that man in our house? Why are those people in our house? Why is that person in my room? And there was nobody there. He kept picking up spirits. And my friend says, okay, he, the abilities run through the family. And his wife had a fit because Janet said, have him tell them that I'm too little to do anything for you. You're going to need to find somebody else. Come back in a few years, or if you don't find anybody to help you. And my daughter-in-law just freaked out and says, no, That's like given permission for it to happen. Well, if you what you resist persists, you know. So I think I think Brandon sat down and had a talk with him and had him do it because he hasn't been complaining about things in the house lately. So and I'm sure that I saw things when I was little. I just don't remember because I remember even in the middle of the summer, I had to sleep with sheets or blankets or whatever over my head all the time because I was scared. And I recognize some of the things that my mom told me that um, scared me into not putting up boundaries because I felt like if I put up boundaries, then I was hurting people and creating karma. She just explained everything in weird ways when I think back on it. So I grew up not wanting to make waves, not wanting to create karma, so I just let everything happen to me. Yeah, sage and cedar together work really good. But the sage seems to clear more stuff. I'll have to go through my stuff. Yeah. Cedar smells good. So does sweetgrass. But they're used for different things. Yeah. And L, there is uh, down in Fountain. Once a month, they hold sweat lodges. I was talking to a lady, the first tarot and talk, the first a sweater log, a sweat lodge, a sweat lodge. Do you know any Native Americans, hon? If you have any Indian centers, or if you have any Native American friends, or you might talk to some of the metaphysical centers and see if they know what a sweat lodge is. It's WEATLODGE. That was an interesting experience for me. So what happened? This first sweat lodge I went to, is there was four of us. It was interesting. Each one of us for each one of the four directions. The woman, the medicine woman, um, she sat in the she sat in the east. So there was each one of us for the four directions. What they do is you sweat, you pray um, through four rounds, each one for each one of the four directions. Very, very spiritual experience. Usually fast and pray for days before you do it, but we were in there. I was going through a divorce at the time. My friend Judy was into Native American spirituality and asked me to go with her. So we're sitting there through the whole sweat lodge, and it was funny because one of them was the twin sister of the medicine woman. um, they gave prophecy and poetry, and it was real interesting because that whole sweat lodge seemed to be geared toward me, and I was going through a divorce at the time, and so they have four rounds. You're doing your prayers, you're talking to your ancestors, and they're doing the sweat lodge. So each round they open up, they throw in hot stones, you throw in the water with the herbs and everything in them, and it just gets hotter and hotter as you go along. And I'm sitting here in total darkness, and I have this blue flame about this tall sitting next to me. And they told me it was the mother part of God supporting me in everything that I was going through. Okay, for first thing, Daisy, they can't put a spell on you if you don't believe that they can. Okay, so there's so many different kinds of spells. I don't know a lot about spells. I've kind of looked into it a little bit because sometimes you have to study it in order to understand how to break things. But when we found out that my first husband put a spell on me, I'm going in and looking at cords, and there's no cords, there's nothing. What he did is he came in through his sister, who was my sister-in-law and my stepmother. She does witchcraft, okay? So I went in and cleared the cords for the whole family. Yeah, that's fine, hon. So I cut the cords with the whole family, which included my kids, my grandkids, and my great grandkids. And then I cut and cleared all the cords, and then I invited my grandkids and my great grandkids to come back in. Yeah. Yeah. Now, the last sweat lodge I went to was all women, and it wasn't done by a medicine woman, and our chakras ended up all messed up. So, you really want to make sure that you find a sweat lodge that has a legitimate medicine man or woman. But that's how I cleared the spell from my first husband. There's difference. I was kind of looking at candles the other day, and they have some candles, some black candles that break spells, banish people out of your life, um, clear the energy. Um, One of my teachers had told me not to be afraid of black because black can also represent what is yet to be manifested. So, yeah, because each color represents things. White is all colors, black is all colors. They're just different parts of the spectrum. And we need both. But right now, hun, so all this week, make sure that you work on you, okay? You wanna face everything that's going on. You want to complete everything that you can, work on healing things, making choices and decisions that are best for you so that you can move forward, okay? Hi, Adela. How are you? We're not doing readings tonight, hun. We're just doing spiritual talk. So if you have any spiritual questions that you would like to ask, let me know, hun. So there's all kinds of tools out there. It's just we need to be open to things. And I don't know if you were here earlier. I was talking about that technique I was just trying to teach you, where you go in and scan into your energy field. I told this young man. He felt like he was the only person in the world that believed like that, because he's never really studied with anybody, but he's into the metaphysical side and has had no teachers. Um, I taught him how to do that technique, but I told him to go in. His sister and brother-in-law were in a car accident, and they both had brain bleeds, and they were both in comas. He went into each one of them, but he didn't call in the archangels. I told him, call in the archangels and the healing team to work on the brain bleeds. So he went in and he went in and worked on them himself. And the funny thing is, his sister told me, I saw you. I don't know what you did, but you brought me out of the darkness into the light. And his brother-in-law was very much aware of what he did too. And he's telling them that I taught him how to do that. Now they want to meet me. And these are very, very strict born-again Christians. And I said, oh, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Adela, we talk about everything, everything. I want to start a metaphysical book club, and the first book I want is The Dark Side of the Light Chasers by Debbie Ford. If you would like to order that book, and let me know when you got it, and we'll probably on Wednesday nights we'll start a class. We'll start metaphysical book club. We'll start out with that book, and then whatever book everybody wants to do, we'll all study together. Okay. But the most important thing that you could learn, Adela, is learn how to ground. Okay, there's lots of videos on here on how to ground, but the way I ground is I visualize my body as a tree trunk. Okay, and I visualize my feet as roots going down to the center of the earth and wrapping around the heart of the earth. That's how I ground. And the way, and then the second most important, well, actually, the first most important thing is spiritual protection. Okay. Within an hour. Now I have girls that read the wax. Read the wax after the candles burn. Okay, so Adela, you need to learn how to do spiritual protection. There's hundreds of ways to do spiritual protection, but the way I was taught is to put a white egg-shaped white light around me. Okay, so then you expand it out infinite miles above, infinite miles below, infinite miles around and through, inside and out. Just expand it out into eternity, infinite, through infinity, throughout all time. Okay, so you don't have to keep putting it up. And then I ask for Archangel Michael's blue light of protection to come in and surround all of that out into infinity. And then I put a golden honey light surrounding everything out into infinity. You can try what I use to clear my lungs. Okay. I would also try some probiotics, hon. I can only tell you what works for me. This has opened up my lungs big time. Big time. Okay. And then probiotics also have a tendency to open up your lungs too. Everything starts in the intestines. And I'm sure that everything they gave you Didn't help your intestines any. But that's what I use, black cumin seed. Look it up, black cumin seed. And it's good for, Tiffany's using it for her COPD, and it's made a difference for her. And see, and I had an incident of swelling up again yesterday, so I doubled the water pills, and my lungs, when I was breathing, they were burning, and I started coughing up a lot of stuff too. It's because the fluid was starting to build up in my lungs again, so I have to be triple careful of everything I eat now, so it doesn't trigger it off. Do some research on black cumin seed, hun. My oldest son that is skeptical of everything started taking it, and he goes, "Ooh, it really does make a difference in your whole body." But were you on here earlier when we were talking about using the pendulum like you can hold something if you're right-handed, you can hold it in your left hand, okay? And you could ask with your pendulum, okay, if that's good for you or not. And see, yeah, it's good for me. But you could test out all the medicines, you can test out which is the best probiotic for you. You could you ask your body what it wants. Your body has an intelligence. Pay attention to it and ask it what it wants. Same thing with foods. Your body may like something and not like something. I think we're going to close up for tonight, hon. I am ready for bed. I get tired really, really easy now. I'm sure you do too. Who all is still here tonight? I know Daisy's here. Adela, are you still here? Who else is here? Did they give you any inhalers or anything for your pneumonia, hon? I remembered the wax. Look like a lady. I cannot. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The wax looked like a lady. I forget what they called it. Some lady sent me a way to look at the wax and when it melts and it tells you something. So it was interesting because I burned a red candle to see about drawing in love. Okay, didn't put out a name or anything, and there's a bunch of hearts in it. What else? There was a bird in there. What else did she say? Oh, there was like a pathway, like a bridge. One of the girls looked at it and said, "Well, there's somebody that's making some choices and decisions, and they're coming in really slowly, and they're opening up their mind." And I thought, okay, where's she seeing this all at? And another one of the candle readers looked at it also and saw that. So this last one I did put somebody's name on it. I didn't ask for love or anything. I just asked that we accidentally run into each other so we could find closure. Okay. And what came up in the wax for that was a fish. And I had to look up fish. And it was talking about good luck. So I don't know if that was the universe being sarcastic or if it said that I was going to have some. Wow. Two weeks is water and Powerade. That's crazy, girl. But do some research on the black cumin seed, okay? It's black cumin seed is what it is. And it's known as the seed of blessing in the Bible. It's a high antioxidant oil. It's good for the immune system. Yeah. So just a suggestion. It's helped my lungs a lot. So okay, ladies, if you don't have any more questions, we will wrap it up for tonight. So let me know if you have any more questions. I don't drink Powerade or anything. All I drink is water. The doctor kept telling me, you don't drink pop? No. You don't drink coffee? No. Nope. You don't drink this? You don't drink that? No. All I drink is water. Yes. Ask what's good for you. Your body is intelligent. Your body will let you know. Plus, the other technique is, you could train your body to give you yes and no. Just ask. Relax. Think of something that makes you happy. That's your yes. Then ask something you know is bad for you and see how your body reacts. That's training your body to differentiate between a yes and a no. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday afternoon, I slept off and on all afternoon. I was trying to read and I kept sleeping, and then I actually slept all night last night too. So I don't know what the difference was. But tonight, if I didn't do that today, but we'll see how I sleep tonight. So, yeah. Okay, hon, I'm glad you're feeling better anyway. We were really concerned about you because I know that I didn't have the energy to reach out, and Bulldog was freaking out because she hadn't heard from you. So, yeah. Okay. If I'm not here this Sunday, which I probably won't, I will be here next Friday night and then probably the next Sunday because I am making improvements a little bit every day. Okay. Yeah. I was reading that there is one, even my doctor talked about it. There is a breathing, okay, and there's a nebulizer treatment. It starts with a B that seems that they're using in Texas and a few other places that they've had success with. That seems to clear up the virus real quick, but it starts with a B. Bulldog uses it, so she knows what the name of it is. But yeah. But take care of yourself, hon, okay? That's the main thing. Take care of you. So everybody, I guess we're done for tonight. Okay. We're starting to get back on schedule a little bit. I'm gonna try to start going and start doing at least the astrological love readings this week. Okay. Might only do one a day, but we'll get them up. Okay. So everybody have a good night and namaste.